This video is entertainment purposes only, so please don't take it seriously. This story is totally fictional. Don't think that your parents are some rich people that will just let you do what you want. Your manager slammed down the files in front of you before scooping and leaving you alone in your tiny cubicle. You had been stuck at this pointless job for 2 years now, and since employment, you have gotten no raises, promotions. Raises after spending day and night for the company. You were an up and coming actress in Memo before you started working at the office, but suddenly your brother got really ill and you knew that you had to be there for him during those hard times, however doing so you had lost all your agents and contacts in the industry. Don't worry, he gave me all his work too. Look at him, just laughing and watching Netflix. Your best friend worked alongside you. You had met her after your lowest moment and she helped you find the job and get back on track. I just wanna slap that pen right off his face. Hey, hey, girls, what are you doing? Why? Don't I see work being done? You both nodded silently, rolling your eyes at each other, and got back to work. It was hard adjusting to such a major job change. Obviously, your parents supported no matter what, and since they had a fair amount of wealth, money was never the issue, just it hurt thinking that you were disappointing them. Your brother got better after half a year of treatment and you don't regret giving up the job. However, sometimes you wonder what your life would have been like if he never fell ill and you continued your career as an actor. Mr. Lee, get in here. The CEO yelled out for your manager and he went scrubbing in. The man had a reputation. of emotionless fear. He had no sympathy and never thought twice when hiring someone. To have to meet the boss face to face either meant your greatest dream or nightmare came true. The last time an employee you met that went in without getting fired was sent over all the way to New York to become a manager and since then, people have been on their best behavior for the same merit one day. Only the floor managers had to get daily updates from his office. Other than Mr. Kim didn't like anyone coming into his space. Come in here. The manager yelled out to you. You pointed at yourself, slowly getting up out your seat as you looked around. Everyone's eyes were widened as you cautiously approached the room. Hurry up. You straightened out your blazer and shakily entered the room. I don't think you have met before. This the CEO of the company, Mr. Kim. He bowed his head down, as did you, but he continued to have his eyes glued to his laptop. Unfortunately, Miss Kang got into a car accident and is still in recovery. From the experience and knowledge you have of this company, we have agreed to assign you as a temporary. The manager told you suddenly so politely. This will be effective immediately. Luckily, whilst Miss Kang was in hospital, she got the time to type everything up and has sent them over to me. I have gotten it printed out and it's on your desk. You were about to leave to go find these so called papers. What are you doing? You said that they are on my desk. He shook his head and tilted his head to his left to a window facing desk beside him. It was so. Sleek and perfect. That's mine, really. He chuffed. Well, I mean, your job is my assistant, so yeah. After a couple of weeks of working alongside him, you managed to get a better understanding of the man. To be honest, he wasn't as scary as he was thought out to be. He made sure you got home safely every day. From now on, make sure to message Me, when you get back, I don't want any more of my assistants in trouble. He helped you when you were struggling. He shook your shoulder gently and sighed. You had been stuck doing these papers since lunch and eventually you fell asleep on them. The next day you woke up, you realized that they had all been completed and sent through. He let you take breaks when you need them. After pulling an all nighter, you headed into work with the heaviest migraine. If you are going to come into work like that, you might as well just call in sick. Take the rest of the day off. I will sort out the work for today. Although there were times when he seemed so questionable and somewhat rude. Sir, can I go to the bathroom? You just went. Go during lunch. You stumbled around in your seat as the cramps got worse. Sir, I'm on my period. Leave. Go on your break or whatever. I don't need your issues here. He wanted to appear as cold and ruthless, but in reality, he had a soft spot and always made sure to take care of you, and you understood his actions most of the times. It was almost Christmas, and the last week you had been working overtime almost every night, and you were exhausted to the point where you could barely stand. Luckily, Mr. Kim stayed beside you and would guide you along as you stayed steady, but every night your focus was worse and worse. It's late, we should go. He packed up and cleared off all the rubbish into the bin. Sir, I should do that. You stumbled to your feet and grabbed the bin out of his hand. You wobbled from one side of the room to the other. Miss, there are cleaners. I just needed to throw away some wrappers that I left on my desk. I see, You dropped it onto the ground and followed behind him as you waited for the lift. As it banged open, you pointed your arm out for him to go in first. It was the coldest weather, yet you were breaking out in cool sweat. Your hands were clammy and your vision was blurry, and obviously, to your luck, the elevator came to. A help. The door on both sides were bolted and the buttons were not working either. You coughed what seemed like the most annoying 100th time. I'm sorry, sir. I must have come down with something. He shook his head. His hands buried into his pockets. It's fine. Are you alright? It was the first time he had ever asked how you felt. And for a split second, it felt like a mini victory. I'm sure it's nothing, but what should we do? The only people left are the cleaners, and I know they don't take the elevators because they all clean the stairs as they leave, and all the other employees have left. You shivered, clutching onto either ends of your arms. You watched as your boss slipped his jacket around your shoulders and suddenly giving you a slight jump, wrapped his arms around you. Sir, don't think too much about this mess. Unfortunately, I wasn't aware of your ill state. We don't have heaters in the elevator, so this is the best I can do. You blushed out and bit your lip. You secretly smiled to yourself, barely unable to contain your excitement. You had admit after working for him for this long, your feelings were like little butterflies as you saw him. He had the looks, he was drop dead stunning. His muscles scraped out through his suit. His personality was also charming. You always that type. He was like a muse, and you. Wanted to find out what was in the middle. Are you still cold? No, you were boiling. Your face was flushed red and your breathing was heavy, having such a lustful movement. Cut. Slightly, but it's fine. You moved away his hand, but he grabbed yours and spun you around, pushing you against the wall. Miss, you do realize that I can see your face from the wall. It's better, and I can see the reflection. Your eyes widen and you look down, hiding your face deep in your hands. If you are still cold, I can help with that. He edged in closer and leaned forward, so your eyes wandered up, alternated between his lips and eyes. His hand trailed up your vest until it landed on the side of your neck, the itching sensation as he held you, the dominance in his eyes. Sir, you can call me if you want, you whispered, your lips inches away from touching the tip of your nose. Hovering, he moved his hand slowly around your vest. What about mine? He crashed his lips on yours as the euphoric sensation entered. He snagged his arms tightly as you flung your arms over his head and around his neck. You pulled him in closer, not taking a single breath as you prayed for more. You burst in a fit of giggles as you both pulled away. I'm sorry, sir. Call me Taehyung. I'm sorry, Kim, but he raised an eyebrow, smirking at the name. This is just a bit weird, is it not? He shrugged, pulling you down. He sat on the floor, pulling on his lap. You straddled your legs around him whilst laying your head on his chest. No. You chuckled, linking your fingers through his. That's all you have to say. You asked me a question, and I told you. Unless you want me to prove it. Thankfully, it didn't go any further than that, but he held on to you close the whole night. He barely got a wink of sleep, but you slept soundly in his arms. The end. Thank you so much for watching. See you in the next video. Till then, take care of yourself. Bye.